The ongoing restoration of the Blaine Wetland Sanctuary took another step forward last week. The City Council has directed staff to continue the planned restoration, which means the removal of more trees. The tree removal has upset some residents in the area, but as Ben explains, it is necessary in order for the city to establish a long-planned wetland bank.
Last week, the Blaine City Council passed a resolution committing the city to continuing the existing wetland restoration plan at the Blaine Wetland Sanctuary. The plan will restore hundreds of acres within the large open space sanctuary to active wetlands.
Currently, the city is working on an additional 170 some acres of wetland restoration to create additional wetland credits for the city to be able to sell to continue to maintain its open space systems and parks for the community and for residents, and also to be an educational resource for everyone who wants to come out and visit this wetland sanctuary.
Whenever a development negatively impacts existing wetlands, the developer needs to mitigate the damage. There are a couple of ways to complete the mitigation.
They need to either replace the wetland impact on site with the same type of wetland, or they can purchase from what's called a wetland bank, which is what the city is creating here. So then they purchase the acreage that they're impacting from the city, and then the city maintains and restores that wetland for perpetuity for the state to not lose that wetland.
With the creation of a wetland bank at the Blaine Wetland Sanctuary, the city estimates that developers will buy up to $7 million worth of wetland credits at current market conditions.
The money would go to maintain city open spaces. The city has quite a few different open spaces throughout, and in a way, mechanism to keep taxes down, this money would go for the maintenance of those and possibly to acquire more property for open space within the city.
There are several different regulatory agencies that have oversight of the wetland restoration. There are many different qualifications that need to be met in order for the wetland bank to be authorized. As a part of the restoration plan that was put into place in 2012, the city has identified several non-native species that need to be removed from the area to allow the native seed bank to be restored. As a part of the restoration, the city removed several trees last winter, causing outcry from some in the adjacent neighborhood. But with the action of the City Council last week, the tree removal will continue.
The trees are not native to this area. There's different types of wetland in this. We have poor and rich fen and upland forests. The trees that were growing in the poor and the rich fen need to be removed so that the native seed bank that's underneath the soil can come back, because that's what will allow the city to use this as a wetland bank. So the next several months there will be herbicide treatments, which was done last year as well, to try and keep down the invasive species. There will be groups coming out to study the plant species that are popping up, and then in the winter time the additional trees will be cut and removed, similar to the rest of the restoration. And then the plan would be next spring or fall, weather dependent, have a prescribed burn out here.
According to the city, the tree removal has always been a part of the restoration plan. Through the process, some residents have become supportive of the restoration, while others continue to be opposed.
There are others who are still upset that the trees were removed and that there are additional trees that will be removed. City will continue to work with them and keep open lines of communication and address any questions that they may have.
Complete restoration of the wetlands, which started last year, is expected to take about 5 years. Future plans also include an on-site nature center and additional trails to the south. For North Metro TV News, Ben Hale reporting.
Parking access to the Blaine Wetland Sanctuary is located on Lexington Avenue between Main Street and 109th Avenue.